Welcome back, everyone. So let's think about this. You love your home, but honestly, it's looking a little bit dated. Maybe it's time for a remodel, but that can be expensive. Maybe it would make more sense to move. How are you supposed to decide if it makes more sense to move or to stay in place and remodel? Well, our next guest has some expert insight that's going to help you answer that very question. I want you to say hello to Jake Spurgeon, who is a designer with Mosby Building Arts. Jake, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Nice to have you here. I'm sure you've been faced with this question many times. A client that you're working with comes in and says, I don't know, is it worth remodeling? Part of me just wants to move. How do you answer that question?
Well, there's a couple questions that I typically would ask my clients, and one of those big ones is, how do you feel about the house? Are you committed to that home? Do you see yourself there in the next 7 years? If you answer yes, then yes, your home can sustain that remodel. If you're planning on moving in the next 7 years, it's time to keep your eye on a new home.
That makes a lot of sense because this is an investment if we're very honest about it. And if you're going to be gone in 10 years, if you're going to be gone in 5 years, doesn't make a lot of sense necessarily. Okay, question number 2.
The second question is, how do you feel about the neighborhood? Do you love the schools, the traffic on your street? What's the crime rate like? If your neighborhood is more of a fixer-upper than your house itself, we might want to think about shopping for a new neighborhood.
Okay. Good input, good insight. And I'll tell you, when a contractor tells you maybe you should think about moving, that's probably a good sign that maybe you should think about moving. Is there a rough rule of thumb that you guys use when it comes to the difference in cost or in value of moving versus remodeling?
Typically, we always find that a remodeling project is going to be more cost-effective than moving. According to a recent report, it can average $12,000 to actually move from one home to the next. And you can reach close to $20,000 when you factor in commissions to real estate agents and getting that new home up and coming. The other thing that a lot of individuals forget is that if you decide to move, that new home that you're moving into, you may be doing someone else's projects that they chose not to do. So in the end, either you remodel your existing home or you're going to remodel that new home.
We're going to show some folks some examples of before and afters, and I like what you said because it's kind of a mix of exteriors and interiors, kitchens and bathrooms, a little bit of everything. So while they soak that in, before's on the left, after's on the right, and they're gorgeous, by the way. When the rubber really meets the road, how do you help a client make this kind of decision? Stay in place or move?
We typically, clients would call us up. We'd have one of our consultants or myself or a designer come out and work with them, talk with them of the spaces that they're having pain points with in their home, and really just talk about what can be done conceptually. And then we have a whole design process that if they do think that maybe remodeling is the best choice for me, we have a whole design process that we get into with them.
And I'll tell you, the reaction upstairs in the office when we were putting these pictures together, in some cases you're thinking, is that really even the same room? We're not, if you have this idea in your head that we're talking about a coat of paint and maybe some new cabinet fronts, you have to really think outside that box. You guys are knocking down walls, you're building walls out. I mean, anything is fair game, really.
Everything.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. If you're on the fence, contact a guy like Jake and he can help you decide. Does it make more sense financially and mentally to stay where you are and do some remodeling or move out? Jake, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate the insight. The folks at Mosby Building Arts would be happy to help you make that kind of decision and show you what they might be able to do for you and your home. Just visit callmosby.com or call them at 314-909-1800. Beautiful pictures as always, Laura.
Absolutely beautiful transformations. Thank you very much, gentlemen.